Today, a look at what happened in the 6-day jury trial of Marcus-Randle-el.
He was found guilty in Rock County Court of 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide and 2 other weapons-related charges in the deaths of 2 women in Janesville 2 years ago.
The defense argued that no murder weapon and a lack of DNA evidence should have led to a not guilty verdict. Our Kathryn Merck spoke with a legal expert about what ultimately led the jury to convict him. Kathryn?
Well, the biggest thing at the center of this case was circumstantial evidence. And so what is that? Circumstantial evidence relies on an inference to connect it to a conclusion of a fact. So for example, if you see snow on the ground that wasn't there last night when you went to bed, you can infer that it snowed last night. In the state's case against Marcus-Randle-el, it argued the circumstantial evidence showed that Randle-el was the man behind the 2020 Janesville double homicide. That evidence included phone records showing calls Randle-el made on another person's cell phone the morning of the murders. The defense argued that for the jury to make these inferences, it wouldn't be enough to convict Randle-el on 2 counts of first intentional homicide. Today I spoke with a defense attorney who explained this role to the type of evidence that plays in a homicide case.
In my opinion, frankly, a very strong circumstantial case can often be more challenging than a weak direct evidence case. Especially today with all of our tech, people aren't without their phones a lot of the time. So if you can say where somebody's phone is, it's pretty good circumstantial evidence of where they are at any given time.
Another piece of circumstantial evidence included blood from one of the 2 victims being found in a vehicle Randle-el was inside, and that evidence ended up being pretty important in this case as the jury came to a pretty quick conclusion there. It was only 2 hours after a 6-day trial and 44 witnesses who came to the stand.
My gosh. So Randle-el's sentencing is scheduled for May 3rd. Any idea what we can expect from that?
Well, the attorney that I spoke with today tells me she doesn't think anything's going to be very surprising out of that sentencing hearing. It's going to be an automatic life sentence. That's usually what happens for first-degree intentional homicide. The only thing that they're really going to talk about is whether or not he should be eligible to one day apply for extended supervision. So the court can grant that as soon as 20 years, or they can pick a number that they think is appropriate. But just because you're eligible to apply doesn't mean you'll get it. And this attorney says in a double homicide case like this one, she doesn't expect it to necessarily happen on May 3rd.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Kathryn, thank you.
Thank you.
Great work.